Another tough one. Did something, and I'm not going to give too many details, that I've never done before as a head coach to try to get the team going before the game. Tried to hit them from a very sincere, heartfelt place, and talked about all the little things, nothing X and O wise, all the little things in life that put you in a chance to learn and grow. And talking about you don't really find yourself until you lose yourself in servitude for others, because that's what's eating at this team. We're very, very selfish right now. And I've done a bad job, obviously, of not bringing this group together quick enough. I will not use excuses. Last year, expectations, preseason, this, that, and the other. We've addressed all of that with these guys. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to put all that stuff aside and play the way we're supposed to play. Now, having said that, after a very tough first half, I was extremely proud of the guys that fought back to get us back in that game, get us the lead. We had plenty of opportunities. And I said, listen, we are not good enough right now to think that should have been a blowout or an easy win. And they played their absolute asses off. I give them credit. We had not near enough urgency defensively. Let them shoot those percentages. That is not how we play. And so we need to address some of those things. But until we come together as a team, until we start to be our brother's keeper, it's not going to be pretty. But we have the roadmap, and we will get there.
When your guys have played well in stretches in all four of these games, but are you kind of sitting there just kind of wondering when you're going to get a complete game effort?
For sure, yeah, for sure, Jesse. In a 40-minute effort on the scouting report on the game plan, we did not say close out with your hands down and let them shoot wide open threes. We did not say, with the game on the line, let them just drive to the rim. They got multiple layups. Maybe we could have tried some different, but the way they were shooting it, we challenged our guys. For the course of the season, we're challenging you man-to-man to finish this game in man-to-man. And we'll take our chances, but we'll learn and grow from that. It seems like in all of our games, we wait till there's a real, we're behind the 8 ball before we start to play the way we're supposed to play. And it's lack of maturity, it's lack of leadership out there. We just got to grow the you-know-what up, and we got to start playing for each other.
And what are some of the things that you're seeing right now that are kind of holding your team back?
Like Coach Tinkle said, just urgency on defense. Our defense is kind of lackluster right now, and I think in practice that's something that we should really emphasize, even though we already do, but I think we should emphasize it some more.
Wayne, what can you take from that stretch? You talked about the stretch that you got you guys back in the game there, that you were proud of the guys for fighting back. Is there anything you could take to build off from that stretch?
For sure. We kept reminding the guys in the first half that we weren't throwing it in the post. Second half, we made a couple adjustments with the lineup, and we said we need to start pounding the ball inside, and that will free up some things out on the perimeter. And I thought our guys did a great job. First of all, starting defensively, we got stops, and then we got shots right at the rim. I don't know what our percentage ended up being the second half, but it was better than the first from 2. So yes, I'm glad the guys responded, but we need to respond out of the gate and not when we dig ourselves a hole.
I know you said you addressed kind of like the expectations coming off from last year, but do you think that has been kind of weighing on some of the guys at all, or?
It sure seems like it. I mean, I would hate to think so, because we've been pretty diligent and making it very clear that was behind us. Just like if it was a crappy year, we'd have it behind us. This is a new team with new lessons to learn, and we're learning some harsh lessons right now. Number one is how to stay positive, stay together, and give more to your teammates, and think less about yourself. And I was so proud of the way we bought back in, but then what did I say in the last media timeout? Now, let's keep making fundamental plays, plays for each other, what's been working. And I thought there was a couple of possessions on both ends where, we just didn't stick to our discipline, and that's another thing we're lacking. We went away from what was working, getting the ball to the rim, getting to the free throw line. We took some questionable shots. And that created doubt on the defensive end, and you saw them. They hit a big three, and they got to the rim, laid it up on us. So I'm going to learn from it. We had to kind of use our timeouts. It would have been great to have one late, but we had to use those to get our guys organized. We got, the turnover on the one trap off the press. Warith did a great job, Gianni, but we had ample opportunity and squandered it, unfortunately. So we'll learn from the end of the game, but I think more importantly, we'll learn from the start of the game and what's been haunting us here early in the year.
Warith, I'm sure halftime wasn't pleasant. It seemed like you and Ahmad and a few others came out with a lot of energy to start the second half. Did you feel like the energy was kind of lacking in the first half?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like guys needed to wake up. So, coming into the second half, me and Ahmad, we tried to provide that, tried to get the team going, and, yeah.
Wayne, I obviously I know this is a tough one, but you can see pieces. You can see it out there.
For sure.
It just Deshaun Davis makes your team different, doesn't he? When he's out there, do you think he makes your team different?
Definitely on both ends. And he was about to tear the walls down to the locker room after the game. That's how competitive he is. He's got to channel some of that. Even when we didn't have a great look off the first end line out of bounds, we're telling him, hang in there, hang in there. There was still 7-something, and sure enough, our pressure turned him over. And if you lose it for a minute, you never know when you're going to have that moment and how you're going to respond. So, he's an emotional guy, but you see what he's capable of doing, and part of him moving forward is really continuing to work on channeling that emotion. But you see the difference he makes for us, and he's an unselfish kid. Mm-hmm. We missed him on that road trip. He knows he wasn't at his best for Iowa State, tweaked his groin, was unable to play for Tulsa, but you see what he can do for us, and he plays with an unbelievable amount of intensity defensively, and he's our most unselfish and capable player offensively. So as he continues to mature, as guys start to follow his lead, as guys like this who really stepped up yesterday in practice, we challenged him. I've tried every way imaginable to light his fire, and he responded and had a big game. This guy here, same thing. If you don't play your absolute cojones off and play together in today's game, you can get beat by anybody. And those guys, I tip my cap. I've had so many teams play like them. Absolutely playing their asses off, playing together, executing their stuff, not worrying about who's getting the look, but the team is, or who's making the defensive stop, the team is. Loved it. And we're going to learn a lot from it, and we're going to move forward. And there'll be a point in time that we turn the corner. I know that.
Yeah, Ahmad, what do you kind of see as your role in trying to help the team turn the corner here?
I remember when we lost the game to, I think it was Tulsa. No, actually it was Iowa and Tulsa. It was during the second half. At halftime, Coach, I think it was. And Coach Thompson was on me because dude had just, scored on me. I didn't play much that game, but he we put you inside the game to, play defense. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, man, so this game I thought about it. And
He's been good. He after our Tulsa game, the first text I got when we got on the plane was from him. And he said, I got all 10 behind you, Coach. And we start to pull more guys into that type of mentality, that's when it'll happen. And it will happen. Thanks. Go Beavs.